Senior Day here in Kearney, Nebraska plays host to the visiting Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks and your Kearney High Bearcats. This is Kearney High Bearcat Soccer right here on the Kearney Bearcat Sports Network, sponsored by Pinnacle Bank. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ethan McCormick on the call with you in this one. Warm day here in Kearney, Nebraska, 83 degrees, windy. At this point last year, when these two teams went off last year, it was high of 50 degrees and winds blowing 30 miles an hour, so it's nice to see the increase in temperature, but knowing Nebraska, it will not hang around. Both teams come into this one 7-1. Lincoln Southwest beating Pius X in their last game on Monday, 3-0 in that one, and they are led by Kennedy Williams, the prodigy junior from Lincoln Southwest. Her mom is the head soccer coach for the UNL Huskers, and she leads all state scorers in this one with 9 goals and 1 assist. They're also led by two very quality goalkeepers. Alexa Goebel and Clara Fundis split reps at the goalkeeper position. Alexa's got 16 saves on the year, and Clara has 14 saves to her resume on the year. For your Kearney High Bearcats, like mentioned, it is senior day here in a blustery and warm Kearney, Nebraska, and they're led by Laren Rowe, and they've got a 7-1 record, and they are led by a plethora of Bearcats who spread the love around on the soccer pitch, but they are led by Ava Enjo Trejo, who leads the team in goals with 5 goals on the year, but Reese Holscher leads the team in assists with 6 on the year. Katie Eklund leads the team in saves on the year. She is the only goalkeeper on this roster. She's got 2 goals allowed and 20 saves. It's a pretty good ratio in this one. Class A soccer is kicking right off. The road to Morris is underway. This state soccer tournament will start here in about 3 to 4 weeks at Creighton University Morrison Stadium. If you haven't been down to Morrison Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska, on the great campus of the University of Creighton, it's definitely a bucket list trip to go down to Morrison Stadium for the state soccer playoffs. We're about 2.5 minutes from kickoff here at Kearney High Stadium. Let's go over some starting lineups for you here. First, for the visiting Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks, sitting in at 7-1. Manning the goalkeeper position is going to be the senior goalkeeper, Alexa Goebel, 16 saves on the year, 1 goal allowed. Next, the freshman, the midfielder, 2 goals on the year, Izzy Kaiser. Next, the sophomore midfielder / forward, 1 assist on the year, Molly Riggins. Next, the other sophomore and the forward midfielder position with 5 goals and 5 assists on the year, Mallory Earhart. Next, the senior, Katrina Avila, the forward midfielder. She's got 2 goals and 2 assists on the year. The other midfield position, Gabby Drott with 2 assists on the year. And the other midfield and forward position, Julian Lane, has got 3 goals and 5 assists on the year. The 2 defensive positions, the defensive anchors for the Silverhawks, junior Kirsten Runge and senior Claire Kniss, will be leading the defensive effort today for the Silverhawks. Midfielder / defensive specialist for the Silverhawks, the sophomore Maya Stevenson, will take the other side. And the last midfielder for head coach Thomas Nettleton is a junior, Charlie Court, who's got 3 goals and 5 assists on the year. Next, your starting lineup for your Kearney High Bearcats, who come into this one 7-1 on the year, manning the goalkeeper position, Katie Eklund, 2 goals allowed, 20 saves on the year. Next, at the midfield and forward position, 3 goals, 2 assists on the year, senior Carson Worley. And then the freshman manning the other midfield and forward position with 4 goals and 6 assists on the year, the impressive freshman Reese Holscher. Next, the senior defensiveman Ezzy Castro Torres will man the other defensive spot. Nina Erickson, the senior, will man the second defensive spot. And then the third defensive spot will be manned by senior Maddie Province, who has 2 goals and 1 assist to her regiment. Next, the sophomore Cameron Walters, the midfielder with 2 assists on the year, will take forward a midfield position. And junior Kennedy Garner will man that 4th defensive spot. Senior Delaney Junker, the forward, will fill in that last forward spot with 3 goals on the year. And rounding out the starting lineup, the senior Kensley Slaymaker will fill in the starting lineup for the Kearney High Bearcats. Like mentioned, it is senior day here in Kearney, Nebraska. The seniors will be honored in between the girls' game and the boys' game. The boys will be playing Grand Island after this one in El Clasico, which is always a very, 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 very important matchup. Well, we're going to step aside real quick for the national anthem, and when we come back, we will have Kearney High Soccer right here on Bearcat Sports Network. We will be right back. Welcome back to Kearney High. It's a warm 83 blustery wind today. The wind blowing out of the south at about 20 miles an hour. Gusts could reach up to 30 miles an hour. It's not Nebraska without the wind on in the spring. If we didn't have wind in the spring here in Nebraska, it would be, I don't know what we would do. We would be able to actually go outside and do some things. Starting lineups are underway. I think it's time we highlight the seniors here for Kearney High, as it is their special day. These seniors have given a lot for this program. First senior is number 1, Violet Timmons, this senior midfielder who has 2 assists on the year. The next senior we are going to honor here today is number 2, senior Carson Worley, the midfielder forward with 3 goals, 2 assists on the year. Next, the defensive men, the senior Ezzy Castro Torres. Next, Nina Erickson. Number 8, senior Kaylee Harsh, the defensive man with 1 assist on the year. Number 9, Maddie Province, the defensive man with 2 goals and 1 assist on the year. Next up, number 11, senior Jalen Harsh, the midfielder. Number 16, senior Delaney Junker, the forward with 3 goals on the year. And lastly, rounding out the seniors for head coach Laren Rowe will be number 19, Kensley Slaymaker, the midfielder with 2 goals and 2 assists on the year. Like mentioned, starting lineups are being announced. We are about to get things kicked off here in Kearney, Nebraska. These 2 teams coming in at 7-1. This should be a battle on the turf. Like mentioned, following this game will be El Clasico on Kearney Bearcat Sports Network. That's always going to be a fun one. Last year for El Clasico, it was a high of 45 degrees, and it was windy and blustery. It's nice to see that we have got the warm weather here today and the wind. As both teams make their way to the field for the starters, we will get things rolling here in Kearney, Nebraska. So the Silverhawks take the field for head coach Thomas Middleton in his 3rd season under the helm of the Silverhawks. The Silverhawks currently ranked 2nd in the state for Class A. They have put together themselves a nice season on the road to Morrison Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska for the state playoffs. Like mentioned, if you haven't made your way down to Morrison for the state soccer playoffs, definitely recommend it. It is a great atmosphere, and it is hosted by Creighton University in downtown Omaha. Morrison Stadium is a beautiful stadium. Doesn't matter if your team makes it or not. It is a beautiful stadium. Go down there to watch some soccer. So, as we are about underway, both teams are going through their pregame huddles, making some last-minute arrangements. A meeting of the minds at the 40-yard line and the 30-yard line. Lincoln Southwest is ready to get things underway, and so is Kearney High. So let's play some soccer here in Kearney, Nebraska. As the anticipated top 10 matchup in Class A is underway here on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Like mentioned, thank you for joining me. My name is Ethan McCormick, and I will be on the call for you today. Lincoln Southwest will start with the ball. The referee gives the all ready. And we are ready to get the ball rolling here in Kearney. You can see the shirts blustering, the winds blowing from the south at about 20 miles an hour. The ref gives the all good, and we are underway. Lincoln Southwest will start with the ball as Mally Earhart airs it out to that right side of the field, that far side, nears it back to the middle of the field. Looking across over, the Southhawks are working their way. Gabby Draw up the sideline. Gets it by the Kearney High defense. As Jillian Lane works the ball to the middle of the field, looking for an upfield passer. Does get it to her, gets it back to Maya Stevenson. Maya Stevenson gets it up midfield, makes a nice little cross up to number 8, Mallory Earhart. Mallory Earhart's got open field. Good job by Katie Eklund as she steps in front of that one, and that ball goes out of bounds. It will be Kearney High ball as Katie Eklund came all the way out of the goalkeeper's box to get a foot on that one and force it out of bounds. Now we'll see the Kearney Bearcats offense go to work on this Lincoln Silverhawks defense. Silverhawks defense has only allowed 1 goal so far in the season. That has come across as Lexa Goebel as the boot upfield goes straight into the Silverhawks. His bodies are starting to hit the floor, and it goes back into the Silverhawks' hands. Maya Stevenson crosses the ball over for Kirsten Runge, and Kirsten Runge will cross the ball up, working that far side, splitting the triangle of the Bearcats defense. Working the middle of the field, back out to Carly Court. Carly Court gives a nice pass up to Jillian Lane. Jillian Lane works the left foot, but steps and loses control. Bodies are hitting the floor, and that ball will stay with Lincoln Southwest as Jillian Lane had tight defense around her. That would have been Maddie Provence, who was swarming Lincoln Southwest, as Maya Stevenson throws the ball in for Jillian Lane. Ball goes off the heel of her foot and goes directly right back out of bounds. Will stay with Lincoln Southwest. Silverhawks putting pressure on the Bearcats early in this one. The throw in from Maya Stevenson. As the ball gets tripped on, and Ezzy Castro Torres gets the ball and crosses it up the field for Harley Straka. Straka passes it up. Not ready is Carson Worley. Carson Worley turns around and loses control of the ball as Stevenson crosses it out to her goalkeeper, Goebel. Goebel analyzing the Bearcats, passes it up to Kirsten Runge. Kirsten Runge passes it up, ball on the 40-yard line. Back up to Charlie Court. Charlie Court makes a defender miss. She's got the ball on the Kearney Bearcat logo, and she's got Julian Lane streaking up the field. She's at the 20-yard line, and the goalkeeper gets that ball out of bounds, boots that one out. Good job by Katie Eklund getting that ball out before danger could strike. It'll be a Kearney High throw-in right next to the Silverhawks bench. No, it'll be a Silverhawks throw-in as Stevenson throws it in, and good job by Maddie Provence on heading that one out of bounds. The Silverhawks will throw it in once again. 3 minutes underway here in the first half. Stevenson throws it in, and it goes directly back to Stevenson, and it'll be off the leg of Maddie Provence, and that ball will be thrown in by the Silverhawks once again. Stevenson throws it up that near side in the goalkeeper's box. It'll go out of bounds, and we will see the ball retain with the Silverhawks. We will have a corner kick, and Julian Lane will do the corner kick duties here for the Silverhawks. We've seen the Silverhawks put immense pressure on the Bearcats early in this one. See if the Bearcats defense can stand strong as Julian Lane dishes the ball, Gets it right back, crosses, nice right-handed right foot cross, and it'll go out of bounds. Kearney Bearcat defense stands strong. Kearney Bearcat defense stands strong on the Silver Hawk attack. Eklund will get ready for the goalie kick. So the ball up, goes right into the Silver Hawks defense. No, it'll be Kensley Slaymaker who crosses the ball across the field, but it goes right into Julian Lane's leg. Back out to Maya Stevenson. Maya Stevenson crosses it, and it'll go right into Eklund, and she fumbles with the ball, but she hops right back on it. It's the nice save from Eklund right in the middle half of the goal, fumbles it, and falls right back on the ball. Bearcats look to get the ball past midfield for just the second time so far in this one. As Carson Worley heads the ball over to midfield, but it goes right back into the hands of Mallory Earhart. Mallory Earhart works it back to her defense, trying to set up an offense. Maya Stevenson on the near side, looks for an opening in the Bearcats defense. Good job by Carson Worley getting a foot on that one. She crotches it up right back into the Silverhawks defense, and the Silverhawks are giving it chase. And Kirsten Runes will just kick that one out to her goalkeeper, and her goalkeeper will bomb it downfield. As Carson Worley overshoots the header, gathers it on her body, controls it with her feet, trying to work off a defender, kicks it back out to Nina Erickson. Nina Erickson not able to get it. Goes into the hands of Katrina Avila. Avila crosses it to midfield. Midfield are the Silverhawks, and that ball will be kicked away by the Silverhawks, and it'll go out of bounds, and Kearney High will gain possession of the ball. A lot of action here so far. We've played 5 minutes here in the first half. Had a couple shots on goals off the legs of some Silverhawk players. As the goal kick, the wind catches the goal kick and goes directly out of bounds. The wind will prove to be a problem at some points in this match, as you can tell the wind just killed that ball in the middle of the air. So the Silverhawks are looking and lurking on the Bearcats defense. Good job by Katrina Avila getting inside, working on the Bearcats. But the Bearcats are stout once again, and they cross that one out. Delaney Junker in defensive mode, trying to stop the ball as the Silverhawks turn the ball over, and it'll be Bearcat ball. They'll throw it in at about the 40-yard line on the far side. So we see a substitution as Claire Karjalenin checks into the ball game, the freshman on the year. She's got 2 goals to her resume, as she'll check in for Kensley Slaymaker as she gets a quick breather, and she gets a talking to from her head coach. Working that ball on the far side is the Bearcats, and the Silverhawks take possession after an errant pass. Good job by the Bearcats on stepping that one, but it goes into Jillian Lane's lap. Back out to the Silverhawks. Charlie Court working that to the far side. Far side kick. As Katrina Avila was not able to get her right foot on it, and Eklund makes another save, her 3rd save of the ball game. She quickly boots it upfield. There's a fight for the ball as Carson Worley looks to make a push on the ball. As Harley Straka puts pressure on the Silverhawks, but they're able to work around it. As Gabby Drought pushes the ball up, and it goes right back into the foot of Delaney Junker. Delaney Junker upfield, tries to find Delaney Junker. Delaney Junker back over to the middle of the field, working the ball at the goalkeeper's line, and that ball will just be booted away by Alexa Goebel. Good job on getting that ball out as Ezzy Castro-Torres puts pressure on the Silverhawks defense. Working that ball on the far side is the Silverhawks. Crosses it way up the field, but Maddie Provence is going to be there to get that one, and it'll go right into the outstretched hands of Maddie Eklund. She wastes no time booting that ball into the warm April air as Reese Holscher kicks the ball upfield, trying to find an open Harley Straka, but not able to get a foot on it. His bodies are hitting the floor. We are going to get a penalty on the Bearcats here, and the Silverhawks will once again take possession here. With about 32 left to play here in the first half, we've seen a lot of offense and great defense from both sides as the Silverhawks kick the ball from the 15. A great boot off the foot of Jillian Lane. It goes right into the hands of Maddie Provence as she overshoots the ball, and goes right into Maya Stevenson's leg. Back out to Kearney High. Kearney High trying to get over the 50-yard line, but the Silverhawks defense is crucial. Harley Straka chasing the ball carrier as the Silverhawks are working it on the 30-yard line here on the near side. Trying to find an opening. They do in the middle heart of the field. Charlie Court, nice pass to Katrina Avila. Katrina Avila up the field. Not able to get it is Silverhawks, and Eklund boots one up the field. Silverhawks working it around the 30-yard line once again as they try to vie their options on offense. Back out to Maya Stevenson on the near side in front of the Bearcats defense. Crosses it out to that far side in front of the track and field over there, and that ball will go out of bounds. It'll be a Kearney Bearcat throw-in. Kennedy Gardner will do the throw-in duties here for the Bearcats. Throws it in to Reese Holscher. Reese Holscher gets it right back to Kennedy. Kennedy looking to cross it upfield, kicks it right into the defense of the Silverhawks. Silverhawks on offense once again, as Castro Torres gets a hold of that one, and she kicks it back up to Kennedy Gardner. Kennedy Gardner working the Silverhawks defense, looking for an opening. Not able to find an opening as Avila crosses over with her left to her right, trying to find an opening in the Bearcat defense. Bodies a defender, still has control of the ball, works it on that far side on the 30-yard line, crosses it over, and the Bearcats just booth that one away. Good job by Maddie Province on booting that ball away, and we'll see some substitutions for both squads here. It's number 11, Jalen Harsh, and number 14, Ava Angel Trejo will check into the ball game for Carson Worley. And number 16, Delaney Junker. For the Silverhawks, we'll see Hayden Rath check into the ball game here for the Silverhawks. She'll check in for number 13, Kirsten Runge. Number 11, Gabby Drought. As Nina Erickson works the ball to Maddie Province. Maddie Province will work the sideline, and the Silverhawks defense is right there. Kicks it back is Izzy Kaiser. Izzy Kaiser back to Stevenson. Stevenson back to Runge. Runge over, working in the middle half of the field. Some fresh legs come in for the Bearcats. Good job right there by Maddie Province. She's got green grass. She intercepts the pass. She's working that near sideline. She gets tripped up, and that ball will go out of bounds. And they're going to say that is going to be a Silverhawk throw-in, as Maddie Province was able to put pressure on the Silverhawks defense early in this one. It'll be Maya Stevenson throwing the ball in here for the Silverhawks. As we see another check-in here for the Silverhawks is number 6, Izzy Kaiser will take her first breather of the ball game. Silverhawks mean business here early in this one as Katrina Avila crosses it over to number 19, Kiana Perez. Kiana Perez midfield working around the referee, trying to find a hole in the defense. Avila with the left hand working around the Bearcat defense, not able to do so, and it ricochets off the foot of Julian Lane into the Bearcat defense. She wants that to be their ball. It will be their ball. It'll be a corner kick here for the Silverhawks. This will be the second corner kick of the game for the Silverhawks. The second corner kick also comes in the left corner here, or on the near side. Julian Lane kicked the corner kick last time. This time it'll be Kiana Perez who will do the kicking duties, and it's a little give-and-go situation here for the Silverhawks. Sharing the lumber is the Silverhawks, and Julian Lane wants a foul. Will not get one. The Bearcats control the tempo here on defense. Back out to Claire Niss. Niss crosses it up to Stevenson. Stevenson inside, working it back out to Lane. Lane with the right foot tries to make a move on the Bearcats. Back out to Court. Court inside. Back over to Stevenson. Stevenson on the right side, not able to break anything in. Good job by Claire on getting that one out of bounds, giving the Bearcats time to get situated on defense. We've seen a lot of offense and great defense from both sides of the ball as the Silverhawks check it in here with 27-20 left to go here in the first half. As the far side attack for the Silverhawks goes into the side of the goalkeep. And it'll be a Kearney high ball once again. We'll see a check-in. Number 18, Josie Murray, will check in for the Bearcats. She'll check in for number 12, Cameron Walters. Josie Murray, the defensive man with 1 assist on the year. She's a junior and also As the Bearcats checking in, over there is Claire. She tries to get that ball, crosses it high into the blustery wind. Headers going all around, headers for everybody. As the Bearcats look to break the defense here early, as the great pass, and we've got open field as the Bearcats look to get something working, but the Silverhawks get back on defense as Maddie Provence is not able to get back. Excuse me, that's Reese Holscher. Gets intercepted right there by Claire Niss. Good job by the Silverhawks on getting back, and the Bearcats fall short on another opportunity. Nina Erickson crosses the ball up, being guarded. The Bearcats as number 9, Katrina Avila crosses it up back to Julian Lane. Julian Lane, as she's got Avila back on the break. Good job by Kennedy Gardner on getting that one back out to Eklund. The Bearcats can reset their offense and their defense as Eklund wastes no time getting that ball up the field. The header is Reese Holscher. Reese Holscher back out to Jalen Harsh. Jalen Harsh looks to push the tempo up, but good job by Gabby Dra on stepping in front of that one, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bearcats here in this one. So we check in. Maddie Hallsback will check in for the Bearcats, and number 3, the freshman Reese Holscher, will take a break here early in this one. As Nina Erickson throws the ball in way downfield for Harley Stradica, and she gets swarmed by Silverhawk defenders, and the Silverhawks just boot that one out of bounds. So they try to save some time here early in this one. Nina will throw the ball in once again for the Bearcats. The header unsuccessful as the boot by number 14, Claire Niss, gets booted way up the field. The wind at her back was able to get that one here from the goalkeeper's box to the other goalkeeper's box. It will be a Kearney High throw-in. Kennedy Gardner will throw the ball in from that very far side. Throws the ball into the wind, gets a header by the Silverhawks, and the Silverhawks are not able to keep control as Eklund gets the ball and looks to set up her Kearney High offense. Eklund's been impressive so far today. She's got 6 saves on the day. As the Bearcats keep control, as the Silverhawks are able to intercept the pass. Good job, good tackle right there by the Silverhawks, as Nina Erickson gets her pass deflected straight into the body of Jillian Lane. Jillian Lane has been all over the place here for the Silverhawks, and we've got a group substitution. Mallory Earhart, number 20, Maddie Schemling, will check in for the Silverhawks. Carson Worley will check in, and number 16, Delaney Junker, will check in for the Bearcats. As the Silverhawks work up field, as Maddie Provence is going to shut that down before the Silverhawks can get any progression on offense. It'll be a throw-in for the Silverhawks, and Maya Stevenson comes running over to throw it in. Throws it into Charlie Court. Charlie Court gets control, works around Carson Worley. Good job by the Bearcat defense as Kaylee Harsh gets the ball up the field, passes it out to Harley. Harley working around 3 Silverhawks, gets a good shot on goal, but as Alexa Goebel just lets that one travel into her arms. Good attack right there by the Bearcats. Kicking into the wind. As Goebel kicks with the wind at her back, boots it way downfield, and the Bearcats, not able to get control. Instead, it's Mallory Earhart who gets control, works it on that far sideline. Crosses it up to Charlie Court. Charlie Court's got some green grass, and the shot on goal, it is in! Charlie Court with the left foot plants it in the bottom left-hand part of the goal, and the Silverhawks jump out to a 1-0 lead with 22:43 left to go here in the first half. Charlie Court was able to break away from the Bearcats defense and plants it in with her left foot. And the Silverhawks jump out to a quick 1-0 advantage. Great offense right there from the Silverhawks. They wasted no time getting the ball down the field. And the Bearcats waste no time getting this one kicked back off after the Court goal. That was Court's 4th goal of the year. She's got 4 goals and 5 assists for the Silverhawks. Kearney High works that far side. Court gets the ball once again, crosses it on the Kearney High logo. With the right foot, passes it over to that far side. Good job over there by Josie Murray on stepping in front of that passing lane, forcing another Silverhawk throw-in. The throw-in off the head of Court goes way too far, and Maddie Provence just decides to kick that one out of bounds to stop the momentum once again of the Silverhawks. If you're just now tuning in, the Silverhawks get a goal off the foot of Charlie Court in the 18th minute here at Kearney High. Battle of I-80 between the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks and your Kearney High Bearcats. Just a throw in for the Silverhawks. Goes in, but a swarm of Bearcat defenders in the right-hand beam off the foot of Charlie Court. Once again, hits into the side of the goal net, and the Bearcats will kick it out from their own goal. It was a very, very hard kicked ball, especially with the wind at her back. She was able to give a lot of juice to that ball. Kearney High will kick it with 21 left to go here in the 19th minute here in Kearney High. Kearney works the near side as Harley Straka cannot get a hold of that ball. There'll be a throw-in for Maya Stevenson and the Silverhawks. As Carson Worley heads it with the top of her head. Nice little dish out. She tries to get the ball back, but Stevenson has something to say about that, and it's the Silverhawks working on offense once again as the defense is suffocating from Josie Murray, and she does a good job of forcing an errant pass, but no good job by Mallory Earhart on getting that one out. As the Silverhawks are able to slither and slime their way out of most situations so far here early in this one. Works that far side with Ezzy Castro-Torres in pursuit. Gets a foot in front of the ball, and Haiti Eklund will save her 8th shot of the day. She's got 28 saves, counting that one on the year. She boots the ball downfield for Harley Straka as she gets the ball in, and she kicks it out to Charlie Court. Charlie kicks it over to that far side. Far side is the Silverhawks, and it works its way back to the middle as the Silverhawks are looking to work the ball here on the other side of midfield. Maya Stevenson with the right hand dribbles it right around Carson Worley. Maya Stevenson's using her quick ball handling to get the ball in and out. So we've got the ref blowing his whistle. Looks like it might have been a referee problem right there. Happens to the best of us. It's just a drop for Charlie Court as the Bearcat defense swarms her after she placed one in the bottom left-hand corner of the goal in the 18th minute. Maya Stevenson tries to control the spin-ridden kick, and she'll just kick that one out of bounds, and Kearney High will have another goal kick here in this one. We've played 21 minutes here in Kearney. As we've got 2 new check-ins here for Kearney High. Cameron Walters and Reese Holscher will check in for Harley and Josie Murray. Some fresh new legs here for Kearney High as they look to stay on the attack and tie this one up. Lincoln Southwest kicks the ball high in the air, trying to work in another goal, but the Kearney High defense has something to say about that. As they work that ball, and Carson Woolley just boots that one up the field for her offense to try to work with it. Not able to corral it. Maya Stevenson heads it out, but Reese Holscher tries to get it with her left hand. Good defense once again by Charlie Court, who's been all over the field as Kennedy Gardner's not able to corral the pass, and the Silverhawks are working on that far side. Ball will go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Silverhawks. Now in for the Silverhawks, Katrina Avila will check back in, the senior, as well as the sophomore midfielder, Kiana Perez, both of which have 2 goals on the year. But Perez has got 3 assists to her ledger. Checking out of the game will be number 23, McKenna West, and number 12, Jillian Lane. Jillian Lane will get her first breather of the game. the Kearney High looks to break away. They've got numbers up the field. Tries to kick it up for Carson Worley. She's not able to get to that, and a little pushing and shoving going on. That ball will stay with Kearney High, and Nina Erickson will throw the ball in. She finds Carson Worley. Carson Worley controls it with the left, passes it to her right, working the ball on the 10-yard line. The goal, shot on goal, gets intercepted there by Claire Kniss, and Kearney High gathers her errant pass. Maddie Provence looks to work inside, gets intercepted once again by Charlie Court. Charlie Court's everywhere as Katrina Avila also steps in to make the nice play. Right now, Izzy Kaiser working that ball to the far side for the Silverhawks. Kearney High with the nice tackle to gain control of the ball once again. The outlet pass to Reese Holzer. Reese Holzer with the right hand, the nice boot to her right. Strolls Alexa Goebel, and she'll let that one go into her outstretched arms. Good job by the goalkeeper for the Silverhawks, as she boots that one with the wind at her back, and it is a bomb. That ball makes it from the goalkeeper's box on the other side, and it goes over Katie Eklund's head, and that is a goal. Why, Alexa Goebel, she puts that one in from her own goalkeeper's box, and that puts the Silverhawks ahead 2-0 early after the ball just bounced straight over Katie Eklund's head. A misplay by Katie Eklund results in a goalkeeper goal for the Silverhawks. That is Alexa Goebel's first career goal, as well as her first goal of the year. Clara Fundis checks into the ball game, as you do not see that very often in soccer, a goalkeeper scoring from her own goal box. As Kearney High looks to push tempo, does not do so successfully. The young freshman steps in front of that one with a nice outlet pass, but the Silverhawks are right where they need to be. They intercept that one once again. Charlie Court works the middle of the field with the right foot, kicks it out to that far side. Nice move over there by Gabby Drought. She kicks it upfield. Good job, though, by Ezzy Castro-Torres on getting a foot on that one and just popping that one for her goalkeeper, and her goalkeeper will pop that one out of bounds, and it'll stay with Silverhawk ball. That goal for Alexa Goebel came in the 24th minute. We've had a goal in the 18th minute as well as the 24th minute, as her teammates on the bench are still giving her the applause. As Kearney High looks to respond here in this one. Little pushing and shoving going on, and that will be called. Little too aggressive right there is the young freshman. She gets the foul called on her, and Charlie Court will do the free kicking duties from just outside the right hash in between the 20 and the 10-yard line, placed on the 15-yard line. And Lincoln Southwest will position themselves for the advancement on the free kick. You'll see Lincoln Southwest move their unit up towards the ball carrier. That ball is wide right. Charlie Court gets the errant shot on goal. Senior Lauren Penner checks in for the Silverhawks as she gets her first playing time so far in this young contest, and she'll come in for number 7, the sophomore Molly Riggins. We'll also see some fresh legs come in for the Bearcats as number 14, Ava Angel Trejo, gets ready to check in for the Bearcats. The left-handed kick with the brace on her left leg, that's pretty impressive, as Carson Worley heads the ball upfield, goes right into Maya Stevenson's body. Good job by Cameron Walters on crossing that one upfield to prevent any trouble. It's Carson Worley with the right hand. Nice tackle there by Carson Worley. She forces an errant pass, goes right into the hands of Maddie Provence. Maddie Provence is not able to control it, but gets the ball anyway. Kicks it right into the legs of Kirsten Runge. Nice move by Gabby Drought with the left to right crossover. Cracks it over to Charlie Court. Charlie Court behind the back works the middle of the field. The crossover from the right to the left, kicks it upfield. Nice lead pass for the Silverhawks, and the left-handed shot for Katrina Avila is no good. Kearney High will kick it in here in this one. And we'll see Ava Angel Trejo check in for the Bearcats. So we've got 12:55 left to go here in the first half. As the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks have spent a majority of the time on their half of the field. It's Maya Stevenson with a nice hesitation crossover, works around the Bearcat defense, but the Bearcat defense had enough to say about that, and they forced the errant pass back into Katie Eklund's hands. She'll boot that one upfield for Harley. Harley will dish that one up, and it'll go right back into the hands of the Silverhawks. And the Silverhawks are going to work that far side of the field with 12:18 left to go in the first half. It's Mallory Earhart with the bright pink cleats finds a lead pass, but not able to do so. Nina Erickson steps in front of that one, pops it way into the air, and the young freshman will just kick that one out of bounds. So another check-in for the Bearcats as the junior Josie Murray checks in for the Bearcats, and Julian Lane checks back in for the Silverhawks. And this one, Josie Murray checks in for number 12, Cameron Walters, as she gets the quick breather, and she will get a lesson taught to her by her coach. So number 8, Kaylee Harsh also gets ready to check into the ball game. The high bouncing kick. It's headed around a couple times, and Claire Niss gets the ball with the left hand, tries to pivot around the Bearcats defense, does so successfully, kicks it right into the foot of Reese Holscher. Reese Holscher up the field. Carson Worley with the left hand gets pushed from behind, wants a foul called, and goes right into the hands of Julian Lane, right into the feet of Julian Lane. As Ezzy Castro-Torres steps in front of that one, and Claire gives it chase, saves it before it goes out of bounds, and it goes right back into the foot of Claire Niss, who's been impressive today on defense. Boots it up with her right foot. That ball will be out of reach for the Silverhawks, and Eklund corrals the ball. Waits for her offense to get set up before she boots it up the field. Boots it up with the right leg. Goes right into Julian Lane's leg, and she gives a little jumping karate kick type kick to that ball. Goes right back to Eklund. The Bearcats are able to possibly control it before it goes out of bounds, and it's off the body of the Bearcats. It'll stay with the Silverhawks. We'll see a rethrow in here for the Silverhawks. Throws it in over there on the far side. Bearcats have a possible offensive advantage here as Reese Holscher looks to cross it up for number 14, Ava Angel Trejo. She's got the right foot. The pass is no good, and it's off the mark. It was intended for Josie Murray as she was streaking up the left hash. As Gabby Drought works it to that far side. Ezzy Castro-Torres just kicks that one out of bounds before the Silverhawks. No, the Silverhawks save it on that far side. The nice lead pass from the Silverhawks, and Maddie Provence checks right in front of that ball, and the Bearcats are looking to be on the attack offensively. Silverhawks defense has been stout so far in this one. The Bearcats looking for a break here, down 2-0 with under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. It's Maya Stevenson, who has been the Iron Man here so far for the Silverhawks. As Reese Holscher makes the nice cross up to Josie Murray. Josie Murray's not able to control it as it was just a little bit too far behind her. It's Julian Lane, the nice lead pass up the field for Mallory Earhart. Good job by Katie Eklund on flying in and stopping that one before Mallory Earhart could get her foot on it. We'll see a mass substitution here for the Bearcats. Number 21, Helen Ortega. Number 16, Delaney Junker. And number 8, Kaylee Harsh will check in for the Bearcats. Carson Worley and Reese Holscher will sit and take a breather respectively for the Bearcats. And Kensley Slaymaker also gets ready to check in as the shot is up and good for the Silverhawks, and the Silverhawks push their advantage to 3-0. What a goal. It was placed just over the outstretched arms of Katie Eklund, and the Silverhawks with 3 first-half goals. Winning 3-0 here with 8 minutes left to go. That goal came in the 32nd minute for the Silverhawks.
At the 22-minute mark, goal for Lincoln Southwest by number 19, Kiana Perez.
Kiana Perez with the goal. That is her 3rd goal of the year. She has totaled 6 points so far on the season. Goals and assists combined to points. It's kind of like hockey a little bit. For soccer. Jillian Lane works around the Kearney Bearcat defense once again. Good job by Maddie Provence, and she's working the ball up the field, looking to push the tempo. Nice crossover to Haley. Haley Straka gets bodied as a no foul is called as the ref comes flying in. She'll have a free kick as Haley Straka got bodied by the Lincoln Southwest defense. And this could be the chance that the Bearcats need to get a goal here on the board early. The fans here at Bearcat Stadium, pretty much all at the same time, got up and voiced their displeasure for that football style play, American football style play. See Alexa Goebel and Haley Straka go one-on-one here for the penalty kick. Penalty kick will be placed at the 10, off the leg. It is in! Haley Straka with the right hand gets it right past the diving Alexa Goebel, and the Bearcats get on the board here in the 33rd minute. Great fake by Haley Straka, and she fakes out Alexa Goebel. The Bearcats get their first goal of the game. That's Harley Straka's 3rd goal of the year, and it cuts the Silverhawk advantage to just 2 goals. Score is sitting at 3-1 as the ref is explaining something to Claire Niss, and they will kick it off here, and it'll go to Charlie Court, who has one of the goals for the Silverhawks today. As a battle for position gets a little feisty at midfield, but the Silverhawks control the tempo. It's a good job by Maddie Provence on stepping in front. Nice tackle for the Bearcats. They're looking to push tempo. Kaylee Harsh crosses it back up to Harley Straka. Straka with the right leg tries to cross over, tries to find an open Bearcat. Has got some room to work with on the near sideline, but the Silverhawks defense is suffocating. Falls down, and the Silverhawks intercept that ball, and that ball will just be kicked out of bounds, and the Bearcats will throw it in. Nina Erickson with the fast tempo throws that one in for Harley Straka. Straka goes back to Erickson. Erickson gets intercepted by Molly Riggins, but Molly Riggins will regain possession once again after the nice interception. Bearcats were able to force a little pressure right there in the 34th minute. Give a little scared of this Silverhawks defense. Charlie Court passes it over to that far side. The nice header, and Kennedy Gardner is going to track that one down like a center fielder, and she'll throw it in for the Bearcats. Harley Straka gets the penalty kick goal in the 32nd minute as the Bearcats get their first score tallied for the game. Score is sitting at 3-1 if you're just now tuning in right here on the Kearney Bearcat Sports Network, sponsored by Pinnacle Bank. Here in this one, it's a battle of I-80 as Lincoln Southwest and Kearney High, both sitting at 7-1 in this affair, go at it one-on-one. So Silverhawks are kicking it back up to Lane, and Lane almost takes off the head of the lead referee. The referee is able to duck down before he could avoid some danger there. As the Silverhawks are just working the back line here, trying to assess what they have on offense. Bearcat defense trying to get as stout as they can be to prevent a late first half goal. As McKenna West crosses that one back up. It goes back and forth we go. As Delaney Junker looks to control the tempo and give the Bearcats another chance. As Charlie Court just casually taps that one out on the far side. And we'll see Gabby Drought Make a nice pass up to McKenna West, and McKenna West tries to leg that one out. Nice sliding tackle from Maddie Provin. Steps up and delivers the clutch defensive tackle. Prevents the Silverhawks from getting another goal on the board. We'll see 2 new Bearcats check into the game. Excuse me, 3. As we see Cameron Walters get ready to check in. As we'll see a 4th get ready to check in. Reese Holscher, Cameron Walters, and Carson Worley get ready to check in with the under 5-minute mark to go here in the first half. We have played 35 minutes as Lincoln Southwest throws the ball in on that far side. Good job by Kennedy Gardner on stepping in front of that one. Bearcats are just trying to play as stout defense as they can. Like mentioned, Carson Worley, Reese Holscher, Cameron Walters, and Molly Colga will check in for the Bearcats. Bearcats looking to go some fresh legs here in the last 3.5-ish minutes in the first half. So we'll see a penalty on the Silverhawks. Got a little too pushy and shovey out there as the Bearcats look to cross the ball upfield to win. Stops the ball in the middle of the air. Delaney Junker tries to get a corral on it, but Charlie Court with the great ball handling skills, and Junker cannot get to that one. Cross up for Julian Lane, and Molly Riggins has an open field. She looks to shoot it with her left. Good job by Kearney High in crossing that one down. The nice pass over to McKenna West, but that ball was a little too far in ahead, and that ball will stay in bounds, possibly, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll be a Kearney High throw-in from just about the corner. It's about as close as you can get to the corner without it being a corner kick. It'll be deflected off the body of the Bearcats, and it'll be a quick throw-in for the Silverhawks. McKenna West looks to control it off of her body. Good defense over there by Kennedy Gardner. Looks to cross it back over to midfield, and Kearney High doing footsies as the ball goes through the uprights for the field goal. We have played 37.5 minutes here in Kearney, Nebraska. The Silverhawks got a 3-1 lead after 3 impressive goals from the Silverhawks, and Kearney High takes advantage of a penalty kick from Harley Straka, and they cut the deficit to 3-1. Nina Erickson's not able to control the pass, and it'll be a Silverhawk throw-in from Maya Stevenson. But Nina Erickson redeems herself with the nice tackle. Reese Holscher gets crossed up by the Silverhawks offense, and Maddie Provence will just kick that one right into Molly Riggins, and ball is playing hot potato around the field right now as the ball hasn't been able to stay consistently on the ground. We've got 1:45 left to go here in the first half. As Lauren Penner has got a cast on her left leg. Makes a nice pass, and the absolute beam shot of a goal goes through the uprights once again. We have scored 6 points through those uprights in our last 2 shots. Unfortunately, we are not playing American football. And that would be 6 points. It'll be a Silverhawk throw-in once again with about 1.25 minutes left to go here in the first half. Kearney High looks to control it at about their own 25-yard line. Looks to push it up on the right hash mark. Tries to gather control, being headed up and down by Josie Murray. Murray up to Delaney Junker. Delaney Junker and Murray on that far side looking to corral the ball, and it'll stay with Kearney High. And we've got just mere seconds left to go here in the first half. The quick throw in for the Bearcats. It'll be corralled by the Silverhawks. As things get a little physical, and the Silverhawks beam it downfield for Katie Eklund. She corrals that one. She boots it up with the right leg. The young freshman will gather it as we've got just about 10 seconds left to go here in the first half.
9, 8, 7, 6,
as Lauren Penner
4,
Just looks to dribble out this clock as time expires here in the first half. Lincoln Southwest gets 3 goals on the board off the foot of Kiana Perez. And their own goal, or excuse me, a goalkeeper goal off the foot of Alexa Goebel, as well as Charlie Court. And then Harley Straka for the Bearcats gets the penalty kick to go in. We have a full recap here when we come back from the break. Halftime here in Kearney, Nebraska. Silverhawks lead in this one 3-1. We will be right back here on the Kearney Bearcat Sports Network.
There's no place quite like our middle of everywhere. We're the bank that'll help you celebrate everything it brings. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
gentlemen, your Kearney High School winter drumline and color guard. This
Welcome back to Kearney High here as the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks jump out to an early 3-1 advantage here at Kearney High School. We saw a lot of offense, some great defense in that first half, but it was the Silverhawks who scored 3 goals in just a 10-minute period. They were led by Charlie Court, who scored her first goal in the 22nd minute, and then in the 28th minute, it was the goalkeeper, Alexa Goebel, who kicked a ball from her own goal box, kicked it right over the head of the Bearcat goalkeeper and Katie Eklund. Don't see that very often. That happened in the 20th minute. And then in the 30th minute, Kiana Perez put one up and over Katie Eklund with her right leg in the top part of the goal to give the Silverhawks their 3-0 advantage. And then Kearney High was able to immediately bounce back as Harley Straka got fouled and forced her at the line for a penalty kick, and she was able to put that penalty kick right by Alexa Goebel to cut the deficit for the Bearcats to 3-1. Right after this game, the boys will face Grand Island High School in the much-anticipated rivalry game, El Clasico. We will have the game right here on the Kearney Bearcat Network, right here, sponsored by Pinnacle Bank. I will be on the call for that one and with you in that one as well. That should be a good one. Whenever Grand Island comes to town or Kearney goes to Grand Island, it always sets up to be a very exciting game. Those two schools have had their history of competing and putting together amazing matches, and this year should be no different. We've got about two minutes left until Kearney High gets ready to go out there. Looks like both teams are itching to go out there and get things going back again, even though we've got 1:50 left on the timer. If you're just now tuning in, 3-1's the score. Here's Lincoln Southwest puts 3 goals on the board in the 22nd, 28th, and 30th minute. Kearney High in the 32nd minute, gets Harley Straka to put a ball on a penalty kick. I'm Ethan McCormick. I will be with you for the second half as well as the boys game. And we are about 1.5 minutes away from things kicking off here in Kearney for the second half. Should be a fun second half as the crowd stays around. Should anticipate a good crowd tonight for the Grand Island game, El Clasico. Your boys team last night played Lincoln Southwest and lost that one 3-0. They lost that one in the I-80 Challenge Cup. That ball was at Seacrest Field in Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln Southwest, who is playing in the girls' game here tonight, put 3 goals up on them yesterday in that one. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for your Kearney High girls team as they are down 3-0 here in this one. They host Lincoln Southwest right now, and then they will be at Lincoln North Star on Friday. That will be at Lincoln North Star. That will take place at 6 p.m. in Lincoln, Nebraska. For Lincoln Southwest, their next game is at home against Lincoln Southeast. That is a rivalry matchup for them on Thursday. That'll take place at Lincoln Southwest High School at 5 p.m. in Lincoln, Nebraska. Mere seconds away until we're underway here for the second half between your Bearcats and the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. Katie Eklund steps back into the goalie box for the Bearcats, and Alexa Goebel steps back into their own respective goal box for the Silverhawks. Kearney High will kick things off here and get things started as the second half music is very lively. I like that type of music around here. Kearney High gets ready to kick things off, and we are about underway, waiting for the official's whistle. Once we hear that whistle, you know it's time for soccer. The whistle, the kick, and we are underway here in the second half as Reese Holscher Kicks it back for her defender, Maddie Provence, as we are off and running. As Harley Straka, the lone scorer here for the Bearcats in this one, kicks it up, but it gets intercepted by the Silver Hawks. Silver Hawks working left to right on your screen. The Bearcats are going to be working right to left on your screen. Sides were just flipped in the second half, as the Silverhawks look to make some moves in the back line, but good job by Kensley Slaymaker on intercepting that one, but it goes right back into the legs of Izzy Kaiser. If you haven't noticed, Kennedy Williams, the prodigy for Lincoln Southwest, is out tonight. She is battling an injury as she leads the state in goals with 9 goals and 1 assist. She is not playing in this contest this evening. So Silverhawks work on the near sideline as Charlie Court gets the ball, gives a nice upfield pass. And Kennedy will come, Katie Eklund will come all the way out of her goalkeeper's box. And we see Delaney Junker's leg give out on her, and she falls down on the 30. Sure what the ref ruled here on this one. I think they're just going to give a free kick here for the Silverhawks. Anticipation for number 14, Claire Niss, as she just booms that one up the field. Now the Bearcats will be working with the wind at their backs. In the first half, they had to kick into the wind. Now they are kicking with the wind at their backs. As Delaney Junker with the left hand gets crossed up, but is able to maintain her composure. It's inside. Not Delaney Junker looking to work in the middle. Gets shut off by the Silverhawks. Still working out is Kensley Slaymaker. Nice inside pass to Junker. Reese Holscher, shot on goal, gets corralled by Alexa Goebel. Good shot, good offensive possession there for the Bearcats, but came up just a tick short as Reese Holscher gets a nice shot on goal in the second minute of the second half. Or excuse me, that would be the 47th minute of this game. The the Silverhawks mean business as Gabby Drought works that near sideline. She does not have numbers. Nice pass, but Nina Erickson did a good job of stepping in front of that one and making it a difficult shot over there on that near sideline for the Silverhawks. Eklund will kick the ball out of her goal, and we'll see that ball fly a little bit more than the Bearcats anticipated with the wind at their back. As we see a ball get kicked into the back of the head, and we have an injury timeout as Carson Worley took a shot to the back of her head. Thankfully, she gets up on her own power. She's hugging and smiling with her teammate over there on that near sideline. As Maddie Provence just unloaded into a ball, kicked right into the back of the head of Carson Worley, as Carson Worley will check out of this ball game. And we'll see Claire Carjolina come back in for Carson. She's all smiles as she's running her way back to the sidelines. She's going to get looked at by the training staff for the precaution of a concussion. As a collision at the 25-yard line between number 14, Claire Niss, and number 16, Delaney Junker, as the bodies collide, as they were both trying to fight for the ball, fight for position. As the Silverhawks and Molly Riggins works the ball inside. Tough defense here for the Bearcats. Good job, though, by Molly Riggins on escaping that one by, and the Bearcats will kick that one back for Eklund. Eklund booms that one up the field for Harley Straka. Harley Straka kicks that one up the field, and that ball will go out of bounds. It'll be a Silverhawk throw-in as Delaney Junker was just out of reach of that lead pass. And we'll see the Silverhawks throw it in. The throw-in goes to Izzy Kaiser. Izzy Kaiser works this back line in front of their own goal. They need to be careful. Jillian Lane gets the ball. Nice interception there by the Bearcats. And Kennedy Gardner works it with the left foot, kicks it, deflects it right into the Silverhawks, and she's got possession once again. Kicks it back out, and bodies are hitting the ground once again as this game is starting to get physical, but we'll see a foul called on Jillian Lane as she got a little too physical with the junior Harley Straka. As the kick is up in its way, and it goes right into the hands of Alexa Goebel as Maddie Provence was not able to get enough foot on that ball. Goebel will kick it out of her own goal. Beautiful night here in Kearney, Nebraska. Temperatures around 80 degrees and the wind staying reasonably low for this time of the year as the Silverhawks cross it to midfield. Good job, though, by Ezzy Torres, combined her middle and last name. The kick up from Molly Riggins, that ball will go sky high, and Ezzy Torres will field that one like a center fielder in a baseball game. Delaney Junker looks to get the throw-in pass, and it'll be another throw-in for Molly Riggins and the Silverhawks crew. Throws it in for Izzy Kaiser. Izzy Kaiser kicks it back over to Nina Erickson. Nina Erickson kicks it up to Reese Holscher. Reese Holscher not able to get the header off in time. Silverhawks ball back out to Cameron Walters. Cameron Walters loses control, and it goes into Katrina Avila. Villa kicks it back up, and now Kennedy Gardner's got possession of the ball. She boots it up with the left hand, being headed by Molly Riggins. It'll be then headed by Claire Niss, and Claire Niss kicks it out on the ground. The Silverhawks express their frustration as Gabby Drought on the ground was trying to fight for position as the throw-in goes back into Molly Riggins. Molly Riggins all over the place here for the Silverhawks as she kicks that one to Mally Earhart. Earhart wearing the bright pink cleats as Riggins works around Ezzy Castro-Torres. Castro-Torres not able to stop her as the up pass goes a little too far out of the reach for Mally Earhart. Good job by Maddie Provence on kicking that one out of play. Back out to Ashton Vancura. First time we're seeing Ashton Vancura so far in this one. The freshman has scored just one goal in her early season campaign. And we have got a red card on the field. It'll be the young freshman just mentioned getting her first yellow card, and so far the only yellow card of the game. As Jalen Harsh will check in for the young freshman, and Charlie Court will do the penalty kick duties here from about the 30-yard line in front of the Kearney High bench. That yellow card came in the 47th minute. Court with the right hand gives it a good boot into the wind, and Katie Eklund pats that one out with her paws, and the Silverhawks will gain possession, but Claire has something to say about that as the ball's being worked on the far side. Balls are flying all over the place out there. As the header once again goes out to Delaney Junker, who has been a defensive anchor here for the Bearcats in this one. And that ball will be out of play. It'll be a Silverhawks throw-in. We've got some check-ins here for the Bearcats. We'll see number 1, Violet Timmons check in for the Bearcats, and on the opposite side, we'll see McKenna West check in for the Silverhawks.
Number 1, senior Violet Timmons, and number 23, Addie Snyder.
We'll also see Addie Snyder check in to the ball game for the Bearcats. McKenna West is a sophomore forward. She's got 1 goal and 2 assists on the year, and then for Violet Timmons, she's just got 2 assists on the year. The Bearcats are able to regain possession. We've played 48 minutes so far in this one here in Kearney, Nebraska, and the Bearcats are still down 3-1. Violet Timmons is fighting for position, and ball gets launched up, but it's way out of reach for Harley Straka. She was looking to get her second goal of the day for the Bearcats, but Alexa Goebel has something to say about that. Fighting for position is Jalen Harsh and Gabby Drought, the number 11s. As Violet Timmons, the newly checked-in Bearcat, with the nice pass up to Jalen Harsh, but it's just out of reach for Jalen Harsh. And the Bearcats miss an opportunity to get another goal on the board. as we will see Ava and Trejo check into the ball game here at some point, and she will check in right now. She will check in for the hobbled Josie Murray, who's having a hard time getting off the field.
Keeping the game going. The members of the UNK women's soccer team, thank you, ladies, for coming out and helping us tonight.
As the UNK women's soccer team is out helping tonight, as UNK women's soccer team has a exhibition spring match on Saturday against Garden City Community College. And I am stand corrected, it's Harley Straka who is wobbling off the field, who is favoring that right leg. Jillian Lane, who's a key contributor for this Southwest squad. Charlie Court, who scored the first goal of the game for the Silverhawks, kicks it out to that far side. Good job over there by Nina Erickson on kicking that ball out of bounds. We'll see the Bearcats being outnumbered on offense, try to make an advancement anyway, as the Silverhawks defense in number 6, Izzy Kaiser, has been cutthroat over there. Ava Angel Trejo looks to cash in on a possible opportunity. As the Silverhawks look to finesse their way to another goal, as Mallory Earhart's got one girl to beat. Hits it off the crossbar, ball still in play. Hits it off the sidebar of the goal. Pinged it. The Bearcats are looking to take advantage of this miscalculation from Molly Earhart. The Silverhawks just air that one out of play. Very rarely do you see a ball hit the sidebar. Sometimes you'll see it hit the crossbar, but hits the crossbar, stays in play, and the Bearcats are looking to bring in a plethora of new additions. And we will see those additions come in. Number 2, Carson Worley checks back into the ball game. Number 18, Josie Murray, and number 19, Kensley Slaymaker will check into the ball game. For number 1, Violet Timmons. Number 11, Jalen Harsh. And number 12, Cameron Walters. Number 9 for the Silverhawks, Katrina Avila will also check in. She will check in for Mallory Earhart, who had a missed opportunity on a wide open goal here on her end. And it looks like Harley Straka is trying to work off an injury. She's running it here on the near sideline. Keeps trying to put some pressure on that right foot, which is what hobbled her when she came out of the game. As the Bearcats will throw it in, it'll be Nina Erickson throwing it in for the Bearcats, and she gives a good hurl on it out to Reese Holscher. Holscher not able to control it. She gets the ball nonetheless. Crosses it up the field. Katrina Avila has nothing but green grass. She passes it back out to number 11, Gabby Drought. Gabby Drought with a beautiful move on Ezzy Castro-Torres. Castro-Torres sticks it with her and kicks that ball downfield. Great defense by Ezzy Castro-Torres. The determination to get that ball out of danger's way. And that is an amazing play as the crowd shows their appreciation for Ezzy Castro-Torres. The senior getting the love on senior day as we see a newly checked in Bearcat. As number 3, Reese Holscher will take a quick breather. Reese Holscher, the young freshman midfielder forward who's totaled 4 goals in her young campaign. Kenny Gardner crosses it up, hits it off at Kensley Slaymaker. And the crowd voices their displeasure, and we've got another foul on the Silverhawks. We will get a yellow card. That'll be the first yellow card for Molly Riggins, the second yellow card of the game, as well as the first yellow card for the Silverhawks, and that'll come in the 53rd minute. There's an illegal tackle, and it'll be Maddie Province, who will kick the ball on about the 48-yard line on the Silverhawks side of the field. Gives the signal to her teammates down the field, gets ready to boot it with the right, gives a nice, strong backspin boot. It goes just under the leg of Harley Straka, who checked back into the ball game after being injured. And nice to see her back out there. Silverhawks working that far side, working from top to bottom on your TV screen. As Kensley Slaymaker steps in front of a pass, but that ball will just be deflected right back out of bounds. And Kearney High will throw the ball in. It'll be Ava Angel Trejo. No, excuse me, as the ball goes. They're playing keep away here from Kennedy Gardner, so she can't throw it in, but she'll throw it in anyway. Throw that out to Harley Straka, who right ankle does not seem to be bothering her anymore. She gives a nice boot as Maddie Provence and Ezzy Castro-Torres work the near side here. Excuse me, the far side. As the Skyhawks have numbers and an offside will be called, as the referee took a little bit too long to call that. That'll be one of the first offsides we have seen so far, and the ref wasn't even quite ready for that kick to be brought in, as he wasn't even paying attention. As the Bearcats look to get some pressure on, but the defense once again is outstanding for the Silverhawks. As Castro-Torres looks to pass it over to Kennedy Gardner, not able to give a good boot on it. Kennedy Gardner loses control. Maddie Provence picks up the tackle, and it'll be kicked off the leg of Charlie Court. And it'll be Bearcat ball. It'll be a goal kick here for Katie Eklund. Boots it up with the right hand, a low back spinning kick. And Gabby Drought heads that one right back to Katie Eklund. Eklund boots it downfield, and Charlie Court will just corral that. And the Bearcats mean business as Ava Angel Trejo gets the ball stolen by Izzy Kaiser, who's been all over the place for the Silverhawks defensively. Good job by Ezzy Castro-Torres to step in front of that one, and Nina Erickson will boot that one up, but it'll go into Katrina Avila's possession. And Maddie Provence will just boot that one with her left foot up the field. And Alexa Goebel will corral that one in her box. Goebel with the right-handed high spinning kick. And Kensley Slaymaker heads it as the Bearcats are looking to put a lot of pressure here on the Silverhawks. 3-1 is still the score here. We've played about 56 minutes. We're over the 56-minute mark here in this one. So it'll be a Silverhawk throw-in on that far side. Like mentioned, after this game, we will also have the Grand Island Kearney High boys game for El Clasico here on Kearney Bearcat Sports Network, sponsored by Pinnacle Bank. We will see a group of Bearcats check in. Number 8, Kaylee Harsh. Number 16, Delaney Junker. And number 21, Helen Ortega will check in for number 14, Ava and Angel Trejo, and number 16, Delaney Junker. Number 19, Kensley Slaymaker. This is Silverhawks working the ball on their own 40-yard line. Crosses it back up to Gabby Drought. Gabby Drought looks to find a streaking Charlie Court. Charlie Court has got green grass. She gathers control of the ball, crosses over for shot, and it goes off the crossbar of the field goal post as Mallory Earhart once again misses an opportunity with the left foot. And we'll see two Silverhawks check in. Number 19, Kiana Perez, who scored in the 30th minute of the last half, and number 20, Maddie Schmeling, will check in for the Silverhawks. Number 6, Izzy Kaiser. Number 13, Kirsten Runge will get, number 12, Jillian Lane will get quick breathers here in this one. The Bearcats look to stop the Silverhawks attack on that far side. Good job by Maddie on stepping in front of that one, and she's got a little bit of green grass, works it right around the Silverhawks defender, but kicks it a little too far out of reach. And Kennedy Gardner will gather control on the near sideline and kick that one out of bounds. It'll be a Silverhawk throw-in. Quickly, Lauren Penner throws that one in, wasting no time. Number 19, Kiana Perez, kicks it back out, a nice pass, but a little out of reach, and Eddie Eklund will let that one travel into her arms and get another boot downfield here for the Bearcats. Delaney Junker's not able to get down there quick enough to stop that ball from going into Goebel's hands. The kick, the high side spinning kick, does a little barrel roll. Goes out of bounds. We'll see Izzy Kaiser and Jillian Lane check back into the game as Gabby Drought and Charlie Court get a quick breather. As we see Carson Worley get checked in for Claire Karjalenin, the young freshman forward midfielder. As Lauren Penner quickly throws that in, but good job right there by Harley Straka on intercepting that pass, kicks it back out. Not able to really corral it is Junker. Junker at midfield, works it around. Good job by Castro Torres, getting it inside. Reese Holscher looks over, tries to find Claire Carligan, and bodies are hitting the floor out on the field. And the crowd voices their displeasure as they wanted some sort of penalty called. Couldn't quite see from here what needed to be called. As we have gone under the halfway point in this one, we've played 60 total minutes here in this contest. One team will move to 8-1. The other one will move to 7-2. Nice cross pass to Nina Erickson, but she cannot get to that ball in time. That ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick here for Alexa Goebel. There will be a senior day celebration for the boys and girls team in between the girls and boys game. Good defense by Kennedy Gardner, and the Bearcats gain possession here as Kaylee Harsh checks that one over to Reese Holscher, and that'll be a penalty on Julian Lane as she got a little too physical, and the Kearney faithful voiced their displeasure with Jillian Lane. No card came out on that one. She avoided a yellow and red card, luckily for her. Walters kicks it upfield, and Goebel was able to get out there in time to get that one. This game's been extremely physical. A lot of bodies. We've seen 2 yellow cards on both sides here in this contest. Kaylee Harsh works around the Silverhawks as nice move by Kiana Perez. The spin cycle move right there. It works to perfection. Izzy Kaiser crosses it over to Avila on the far side. Good job by Nina Erickson stepping in front of that pass in the passing lane. This ball stays inbounds as Avila works it near the middle half of the field. Julian Lane passes it up, tried to find Kiana Perez. Perez was not looking and not ready as Claire is not able to corral that one. It'll stay Silverhawk ball. Kearney High deflects the throw in, and we will see 2 new Bearcats check in here in this one. We will get to those when the time comes, as we will see a Silverhawk throw in. Once again, Julian Lane controls it with the right foot, passes out to Mallory Earhart. Good defense, though, by Ezzy Castro-Torres. Stops the Silverhawk attack, and we will see Claire Harsh and Harley Straka try to work with errant pass once again by the Bearcats. Goes into Kiana Perez's legs, and we will go back out to Jillian Lane. Jillian Lane with a nice upfield pass, but the Eklund will just boot that one with her right leg upfield, as the brilliant header there from Izzy Kaiser gives the Silverhawks prime position, as the nice move from Avila, the behind-the-back crossover, but it does not work to complete perfection, as Maddie Provence is able to get over there in time and stop the attack before it got too dangerous. We will see another Silverhawk throw-in. It'll be Katrina Avila corralling the inbounds. Nice crossover to Mallory Earhart. Julian Lane from about 25, 30 feet gets deflected by Maddie Provence, and Julian Lane gets control once again back out to Avila. Avila trying to find a passing lane. Nice little stop and go back out to Kiana Perez. Kiana Perez kicks it over to Harley Straka. Harley Straka just boots it up for Reese Holscher, but Reese Holscher not able to get it back to it in time. Back out to Avila, but now we've got offense working here, as Kaylee Harsh is not able to get to that ball in time, and that ball will just sneak out of bounds. It'll be a Silverhawk throw-in right in front of the Silverhawk bench. The Silverhawks kick it out to Kiana Perez. Kiana Perez with the right leg kicks it out to Maddie. Maddie not able to control it, boots it ahead. We've got Mallory Earhart and Kennedy Gardner fighting for position to get to this ball. Maddie Provence with a nice slide tackle intercepts that ball. The Bearcats get possession, but kicks it right into the legs of the Silverhawks, and the Silverhawks at midfield look to score once again. Mallory Earhart with the nice lead. Gets the lead, has got one girl to beat. Good defense by Provence's Cortez. Does not matter, as Mallory Earhart puts one in the left corner of the goal, and Katie Eklund for the Bearcats is down on the ground. The Silverhawks are celebrating around her, and Eklund is still down. In the 65th minute, Mallory Earhart finally gets her goal. She's had 4 shots on goal. She finally gets hers to go, as Katie Eklund gets up on her own power. And we'll see Ashley Venkera check in here for the Bearcats. '65th minute goal for the Silverhawks pushes their lead to 4-1 here, with about 14:40 left to play. Plenty of time for the Bearcats, however. Bearcats look to increase the intensity on defense. Defense leads to offense. Defense wins championships. That's the standard coach saying, I guess, as the Bearcats look to prove that point right there. As Mallory Arnett looks to get another goal. Great lead pass. Gets the right hand to go. Good defense as the ball is deflected by Maddie Provence. Good job by Maddie. Saves a goal. And Katie Eklund gets underneath that one. Good defense from the defense of the Bearcats. They were able to shut that down with a vulnerable goalie out there. So Ashton Venkura gets that one to pop up in the air, and the Bearcats are working on that far side. That ball will go out of play. It'll be a goal kick here for the Silverhawks. She will kick that from the left corner of her own goalie box. Gives it the old right foot boot. A bomb almost makes it to the 50-yard line, but Silverhawks not able to get control as Harley Straka kicks that one up. Nice pass out. Not able to control it, is Ashton Venkura. Great lead pass, though, from Harley Straka, and the Bearcats miss an opportunity. in the 67th minute. Temperature's starting to drop a little bit out there. You can feel the temperature start to dip into the mid-70s as the beautiful day continues here in Kearney, Nebraska. Very uncharacteristic like of Nebraska at this time to be in the 80s, but we'll take it as we can get it. The Bearcats gain control of the goalkeeper kick. And that one will go to Maya Stevenson, who has played the whole game, has not checked out yet into this ball game. She has been the Iron Man for Thomas Nettleton, as she has been playing so far all 67 minutes. As we will see the freshman Creighton Allen check in for the first time in this ball game. She will check in for Jillian Lane, who will get the breather. First time Creighton Allen has checked into this one. She's just totaled 1 assist on the year. The freshman has played in just 3 contests up to this point. The Bearcats, the ball bounces right over Reese Holscher's head. Bearcats looking to fight for another position here as Delaney Junker is working inside. The ball gets skied up. Mallory Earhart kicks it back out. We've got Kennedy Gardner here on the near side looking to find a cutting Bearcat. Not able to find anyone. Finds someone inside, but gets immediately corralled by the Silverhawks defense. We'll see a pass up here for Mallory Earhart once again, who scored in the 65th minute. It's Kiana Perez with the leg brace on her left leg. It's intercepted by Ashton Venkira. We'll see Harley Straka once again work inside, and the body hits the floor as Reese Holscher's wanting a foul, does not get a foul as Avila works the ball at the Kearney High logo, finds Kiana Perez. Kiana Perez with the right hand, the crossover. Finds upfields Mallory Earhart once again. Crossover inside, back out to Avila. Avila with the right leg goes right into the body of Katie Eklund, and Katie Eklund gets her 11th save of the day. She has 31 saves on the year. The Bearcat offense gets a little too far out ahead of them, and it'll be Kearney Bearcat ball as Alexa Goebold elects to kick that ball out of bounds before damage could be done. We'll see mass substitution in here for the Bearcats. Number 2, Carson Worley will check in. Number 19, Kensley Slaymaker. Number 16, Delaney Junker. And number 18, Josie Murray. A lot to catch up right there. Got all 4 names out there for you. As number 16, Thea Martin, the sophomore defender, gets ready to check in for the Silverhawks. First time Thea Martin has checked into the ball game. This is her 6th contest of the year. First time she is needed in this one. She checks in for Maya Stevenson. This is Maya Stevenson's first time sitting this game. She gets the old Thomas Nettleton hand high five of approval. As the Bearcats look to work on the 30-yard line, trying to get another goal on the board, 4-1, and we have got under 10 minutes left to go here in the game. We are about to ellipse the 71st minute. That ball will go out of bounds. It will stay Kearney High ball. We've seen some great shots from both sides, but Silverhawks have made 3 more better shots than the Bearcats so far on this one. We have got about 71 minutes left to go here. Maddie Province uses the right leg to push that one up the field. That ball will just trickle out of bounds. It'll be Silverhawk ball. As we are seeing the stands start to fill up a little bit more, anticipation for the highly anticipated, I guess, Grand Island Kearney High rivalry matchup right after this one. It's the Silverhawk and Bearcat squads are fighting up for the ball as Alexa Goebel makes a gutsy save with Kennedy Gardner just tracking that ball down. The Bearcats and Kiana Perez works the ball at midfield. Number 20, Maddie Schmeling. This has been an integral part of this Silverhawks offense and defense in the last 15 or so minutes in this one, as the Bearcats looked to clamper down on defense in the last 7.5 minutes or so, as the Kearney High boys team is warming up here on the track. They will be participating in some of the senior day activities prior to this game. Prior to their game, excuse me. Ezzy Castro Torres deflects it out to Maddie. Maddie out to Nina Erickson. Back out to Maddie with the right foot, and she'll just boot that one out of play. We've got about 74-ish minutes left to go here in this one. One team will move to 7-1, or excuse me, 8-1, and the other will move to 7-2. Lauren Penner kicks it up to Villa. Villa loses control and just boots that one down, but Kirsten Runge is down there to corral the ball for the Silverhawks. And they will work the ball. Kiana Perez will kick it up the field, but don't worry, Ezzy Castro Torres is right there to intercept the ball. The Bearcats will play defense once again with exactly 64 minutes left to go here in this one. The ball will go out of bounds once again. The Silverhawks retain possession. Claire Niss will throw the ball in for the Silverhawks. Throws the ball in. The header by the Bearcats, and they got momentum working upfield, but the Silverhawks are able to utilize a misplay off a header. The interception by Delaney Junker gets immediately re-intercepted, and the pass upfield gets intercepted by the Silverhawks, and the Silverhawks are just looking to dribble this one out with about 5 minutes left to go here. Bearcats are going to be making some more substitutions. Violet Timmons will check back into the ball game. Kaylee Harsh and Jalen Harsh will check into the ball game, and we'll see Kennedy Gardner, Josie Murray, and Kensley Slaymaker take a breather. Miscommunication for the Bearcats on who's supposed to come out and who was supposed to go in there. They got it all figured out. As Violet Timmons not able to get to that lead pass in time, and Izzy Kaiser kicks that one out. Skyhawks dribbling it around, trying to waste as much time as possible on defense, as McKenna West kicks this one out. The errant pass over to Lauren Penner. Lauren Penner has played a majority of this half. As collision once again, as Izzy Kaiser just tried to run Carson Worley straight over, but it's not going to work this time, as Ezzy Castro Torres finds Violet Timmons. Violet Timmons wanted the ball on the near sideline. She had green grass, but could not get to that ball to her in time.
Senior parents, please start making your way down to the south portion of the
As the Silverhawks are working the ball at around the Kearney High logo, Lauren Penner will kick that one up to Kiana Perez. Perez with the little spin move, trying to work around the young freshman, does so as Ezzy Castro Torres just boots that one high into the calm blue Kearney sky. Jalen Harsh Trying to work on Izzy Kaiser. Izzy Kaiser's had good ball discipline so far here today as Nina Erickson just boots that one behind her head. Then it went circus mode on her. As the Bearcat defense gets another stop as Carson Worley with the left leg boots it up to Violet Timmons. Violet Timmons with her back turned on her defender, kicks it back up, and then will go to Carson Worley, and that ball will just be booted out of bounds by Claire Niss. And Kenzie Slaymaker will check back in to the ball game. We are about to encompass the 68th minute. That means we've got, or excuse me, the 78th minute. That means we have got 2 more minutes left here in this contest. As the Castro Torres just boots that one out of bounds, and Kenzie Slaymaker cannot get to it in time. But it'll be off the leg of a Skyhawk, and Nina Erickson will throw it in here for the Bearcats. Kiana Perez with the crossover, the stiff cut on the crossover. The Bearcats and McKenna West with the left leg are trying to work it up, and that'll be an offsides on the on the Silverhawks. And Kearney High watches the clock tick and tick and tick on this one. As Aubrey Zeckman. Checks into the ball game as no one has came off the field. No, excuse me, Reese Holscher came off the field for the Bearcats. And we are less than a minute away here from the clock striking 0 here in this one. The Bearcats look, and Violet Timmons look to get a quick goal on the board here with under a minute left to go here in this contest. Silverhawks have controlled the tempo offensively, and they have controlled the tempo defensively. They have been suffocating on defense so far in this one. As the Bearcats just look to get something on the board here, with just mere 15 seconds or so left on the clock. McKenna West skies that one in the air. The Bearcats are, you play to the whistle, but this one, they're just going to let this one kind of roll out.
3, 2, 1.
As this one rolls out, Lincoln Southwest gets the 4-1 win after 3 first-half goals, propels them into the second half, and then a second-half goal by Mallory Earhart in the 72nd minute gives them the ultimate advantage. Harley Straka gets the lone goal for the Bearcats. Lincoln Southwest moves to 8-1 on the year. Your Kearney Bearcats move to 7-2 on the year. This has been a pleasure calling this one for you as we get ready to gear up for the much anticipated Kearney High and Grand Island boys game, El Clasico. But first, we got to honor some seniors here between halftime, as they have dedicated a lot of time for this program, and it's only right that we give them the honor and the right that they deserve. Lincoln Southwest once again wins this one 4-1. They move to 8-1 on the year. Kearney High moves to 7-2. In this one, Silverhawks get the 4-1 advantage. This has been Kearney High girls soccer right here on the Kearney Bearcat Network. We will be right back with some post-game stats as well as looking forward to the men's match.
There's no place quite like our middle of everywhere. We're the bank that'll help you celebrate everything it brings. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Well, they probably are somewhere. There's Snyder's over there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Kearney High School Student Council, DECA, and class officers would like to invite all of you to make wishes come true by noting to make a wish during a miracle minute. We are going to put 1 minute on the clock and ask all of you to donate to this worthy cause. Donations up to $250 be matched by Leopold Painting and Wall Covering. We all ready? 1 minute. And let's go.
Hi. Thank you.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. And it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My whole world's a table.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for all your donations and help in this worthy program.
Thank you so much.
Now at this time, you please direct your attention to the track area. We'll be honoring our seniors tonight.
So they're demoing it themselves, taking out all the
First up, number 19, Kensley Slaymaker. Kensley is the daughter of Randy and Carrie Slaymaker. She's been involved in FCA, K Club, class officers, Kearney tackles cancer, youth leadership Kearney, and she was a head rowdy. Her plans for after high school is headed to UNK majoring in health sciences. Number 19, Kensley Slaymaker. Number 6, Nina Erickson, daughter of Josh and Nikki Erickson. Nina's been involved in Nebraska Select and National Honor Society. And her plans at high school, she plans to study interior design at UNK. Number 6, Nina Erickson. Number 2, Carson Worley. Carson is the daughter of Chris and Amy Worley. She's been involved in volleyball and K Club. Her plans after high school, she plans to attend UNK. So right now she's undecided, but she's going to figure a major in a moment. Number 2, Carson Worley. Number 11, Jalen Harsh. And number 8, Kaylee Harsh. Jalen Firth, they're both the daughter of Brett and Libby Harsh. Jalen, she's been involved in softball, FCA, HOSA, and NHS. She plans to attend Peru State College and major in pre-occupational therapy as well as play softball. Number 11, Jalen Harsh. And Kaylee, number 8, also the daughter of Brett and Libby Harsh. She's been involved in softball, FCA, HOSA, and National Honor Society. Her plans, she also plans to play softball at Peru State College. Number 8, Kaylee Harsh, and number 11, Jalen Harsh. Number 1, Violet Timmons, daughter of Brian Timmons and Crystal Gebby. Violet's been involved in Wyoming FFA, Wyoming National Honor Society, soccer, track, cross country, and Wyoming and Kearney High School cross country. Her plans after high school, she going to Mid-American Nazarene University to play soccer and major in business management and theology. Number 1, Violet Timmons. Number 4, Esmeralda Castro Torres, daughter of Anna Torres and Brian Greenwood, as he's been involved in Nebraska Select and Educators Rising. Her plans include attending Northeast Community College. She's going to major in elementary education, where she will also continue to play soccer. Number 4, Esmeralda Castro Torres. Number 16, Delaney Junker, daughter Alicia and Chris Junker. Delaney's been involved in Kearney Tackles Cancer and National Honor Society. She plans on attending UNK with a major still undecided. Number 16, Delaney Junker. And our final lady tonight, number 9, Maddie Province. Maddie is the daughter of Carissa and Nick Province. She's been involved in Nebraska Select, basketball, and volleyball. She plans to attend UNK and major in exercise science and later become a physical therapist. And she's not quite decided yet on her soccer career. number 9, Maddie Province. And now for the gentlemen, number 21, Fisher Bonk. Fisher is the son of Mark and Christine Bonk. Fisher's been involved in Nebraska United, Kearney High School tennis, Kearney High School orchestra, camerata, and key club. After high school, he plans to major in forensic psychology. Number 21, Fisher Bonk. Number 4, Caden Poff. Caden's the son of Kyle and Lisa Poff. He's been involved in Kearney Soccer Club, Micro Developmental Competitive Selects, and Nebraska United. Basketball, band, Kearney High School soccer for all 4 years, minus that one COVID year. Caden plans to attend Northeast Community College in Norfolk, majoring in physical therapy. Number 4, Caden Poff. Number 25, Lucas Crittenden. Lucas is the son of Ted and Sherry Crittenden. He's been involved in Nebraska United. And after high school, Lucas plans to again attend CCC Columbus, playing and majoring in business, and where he also will continue his soccer career. Number 25, Lucas Crittenden. Number 3, Damian Arredondo. Damian is the son of Cynthia Arredondo and Jaime Arredondo. Damian has been involved in Nebraska United. And after high school, he plans to attend Milford Southeast Community College in Milford and plans to become an electrician. Number 3, Damian Arredondo. Number 12, McCaden Smith, son of Shane and Carrie Smith. McCaden has been involved in Nebraska United, FFA, Key Club, and wrestling. After high school, he's going to head down the interstate to UNL, where he'll major in ag business. Number 12, McCaden Smith. Number 14, Jordy Solaris. Jordy is son of Marco and Mariella Solaris. He's been involved in Nebraska United, Kearney High School varsity basketball, National Honor Society, and Student Council. After high school, Jordy will attend Western Nebraska, majoring in early education, where he will also continue his soccer career. Number 14, Jordy Solaris. Number 8, Jackson Romero. Jackson is the son of David and Heather Romero. Jackson's been involved in Nebraska United. And after high school, he's going to play for CCC Columbus. He's going to continue his soccer career, and he's going to major in business management. Number 8, Jackson Romero. Number 22, Braden Treffer, son of Renee Self and Luke Treffer. Braden has been involved in Nebraska United. And after high school, he's also going to go to CCC Columbus. He's majoring in education, where he will also continue his soccer career. Number 22, Braden Treffer. And our final senior this evening, number 2, Kyson Hausler, son of John Hausler and Angela Hausler. He's been in Nebraska United, as well as National Honor Society. Kyson also plans to attend UNL and major in pre-medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, our senior class of 2023.
Welcome back to Kearney High. The Senior Day festivities are under wraps, and we've got to honor the seniors of the Kearney High girls team as well as the Kearney High boys team. It's always an emotional day when you get to say goodbye to these seniors after they have given years of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears to benefit this program. And their great work will always be appreciated among this program. But there's still plenty of work to do. They've still got a couple games left to go until they get to the playoffs. So they got to wipe the tears and get ready for the next one, because your Kearney High girls will be playing in Lincoln on Thursday, but your Kearney High boys have got Grand Island coming up next. But let's take a recap of this Kearney High girls team, in which we saw Lincoln Southwest, the Silverhawks, win 4-1. They were led by 4 goals, one from a different player every time. The first goal came in the 22nd minute off of Charlie Court, and then in the 28th minute we saw a goalkeeper goal. Alexa Goebel put one from her own goalkeeper's box all the way across the field and snuck it just over Katie Eklund's head. And then in the 30th minute, Kiana Perez put one in the top half right in the middle of the goal with the right leg. And then for the Bearcats were able to get a goal on the board in that first half. Harley Straka got fouled, was able to secure her penalty kick and put one in just past Alexa Goebel. It rolled just right past her. And then in the second half, the Bearcats were shut out, but in the 74th minute, Mallory Earhart, after multiple attempts of not being able to put the ball in the back of the net, gets one to go into the back of the net. It was kind of assisted by Castro Torres, but nonetheless, she put it in the back of the net, and that is what the final score will sit at, 4-1, Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks over the Bearcats. Like mentioned, Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks move to 8-1 on the year, and your Bearcats move to 7-2 on the year. Take a look at the upcoming games for both respective schools. The Silverhawks will play Lincoln Southeast on Thursday, and then your Kearney High Bearcats will not play until this upcoming Friday, where they will be visiting Lincoln North Star in Lincoln, Nebraska. That game will take place at 6 p.m. in Lincoln North Star. Well, that'll just wrap up our coverage of Kearney High girls soccer. In just about 10-ish minutes, we will start the coverage for Kearney High boys soccer for El Clasico. It should be a good one. Hope you guys can stick around for that one, and we will see you again in about 10 minutes.